So going towards the front garden, massive load of Montbretia down there, which I will be putting down here. Some broken glass for me to clear up. The ivy, I've not got round to pulling back. Now the dahlias having gone, what I have realised is there was a miniature willow. Now I thought that was just a self-seeding plant, and I hesitated to cut it right back, but it is actually the willow coming back. I'm going to allow it to regrow, but I'm going to try and keep it under a bit more control than last year. Along the front there is all the bluebells, but the roses are being pruned back. The grass is looking fairly sorry for itself. A lot of worm casts, but with worm casts my approach is just to stay off the grass, because those worms do a good job. Along there where I had all the scrubby little begonias, it's pretty much cleared out. But what I will be doing is using that there as a dumping ground for Montbretia. And there under that tree, more Montbretia. I could grow some spare tyre there, that could come in handy. But along the edges of everything, what I do want to do is put in a lot of lavender, so that can develop over the next few years. Now, just in case anybody wonders if I do ever buy the stuff that I recommend, there's some dahlias from Wilko. Quite a few of them. I think I might have gone over the top. In those boxes down there, I stored all my tubers that I've dug up from last year. The small box there is one from the Telegraph. So I'm trying the Daily Telegraph supplier this year. Down here, there's a few bags of tubers from Costco, and over there are the rest of the tubers that I dug up from last year. And generally this is my garage, which really wants a little bit of tidying up. While I'm doing this one, talking about lavender, when I received the plug plants from the Telegraph place, gardener's shop, they were so small I didn't want to risk putting them outside. So this is my equivalent of a little greenhouse. They've got a big calla lily. Every year that grows at the wrong time, so I decided to bring it indoors. It'll probably get quite leggy as it grows towards the light, but normally it just descends into a mushy mess. Down here I've got my lavenders, and they've grown quite significantly in the week or two that I've had them. So I just potted them on, put them in a bit of potting compost, just normal standard stuff. I've even watered them with a bit of baby bio. In there I've got some begonia tubers that I didn't want to rot in the ground. And here, these are all the dahlia tubers which I would have thrown away. These are all the odds and ends that I couldn't see an eye on. They were too small that I didn't think they would overwinter, and so I've just put them in these gravel trays, and you can see that there's one that's sprouting. There's a little sprout there. There's a little sprout there. So some of these won't grow at all, but that's, at the moment there's 3 plants in there which would have been thrown away. There's some more in here. That's a little sprout. I think, yeah, that's another little sprout. So I've now got I've got 5 dahlia plants which should go on to produce something. That's another calla lily. Grew it from seedling. and it was just being swamped in the wet mud. But in here it seems to be doing all right. So, in terms of an indoors greenhouse, I've got some plants there that I probably wouldn't have otherwise had. So, that's it, February 2015.